clouds and swirls small tempests of it in the cracks of tar in front of my grill. I will never stop driving. I will never get out of the car. I will not run out of gas. I will not get hungry. It's warm here. I have my son. He's safe. I'm safe. I will never stop driving. I will not tire. I will never stop. The road lies open and endless before me. My son turns his head away from my hand and says, "Where's Mom?" "I don't know," I say. "But it's okay?" He looks up at me. "It's okay," I say. "It's fine. Go back to sleep." My son goes back to sleep. I keep driving. And both of us vanish when I wake. Chapter 1. The first time I met Karen Nichols, she struck me as the kind of woman who ironed her socks. She was blonde and petite and stepped out of a Kelly Green 1998 VW Bug as Bubba and I crossed the avenue towards St. Bartholomew's Church with our morning coffee in hand. It was February. But winter had forgotten to show up that year. Except for one snowstorm and a few days in the sub-zeros, it had been damn near balmy. Today it was in the high 40s, and it was only 10 in the morning. Say all you want about global warming, but as long as it saves me from shoveling the walk, I'm for it. Karen Nichols placed a hand over her eyebrows, even though the morning sun wasn't all that strong, and smiled uncertainly at me. "Mr. Kenzie?" I gave her my eats his veggies, loves his mom smile and proffered my hand. "Miss Nichols." She laughed for some reason. "Karen, yes. I'm early." Her hand slid into mine and felt so smooth and uncalloused, it could have been gloved. "Call me Patrick." "That's Mr. Rogowski." Bubba grunted and slugged his coffee. Karen Nichols's hand dropped from mine and she jerked back slightly, as if afraid she had to extend her hand to Bubba. Afraid if she did, she might not get it back. She wore a brown suede jacket that fell to mid-thigh over a charcoal cable-knit crew neck, crisp blue jeans, and bright white Reeboks. None of her apparel looked as if a wrinkle, stain, or wisp of dust had been within a country mile of it. She placed delicate fingers on her smooth neck. "A couple of real PIs. Wow." Her soft blue eyes crinkled with her button nose and she laughed again. "I'm the PI," I said. "He's just slumming." Bubba grunted again and kicked me in the ass. "Down, boy," I said. "Heel." Bubba sipped some coffee. Karen Nichols looked as if she'd made a mistake coming here. I decided then not to lead her up to my Belfry office. If people were uncertain about hiring me, taking them to the Belfry usually wasn't good PR. School was out because it was Saturday, and the air was moist and without a chill. So Karen Nichols, Bubba, and I walked to a bench in the schoolyard. I sat down. Karen Nichols used an immaculate white handkerchief to dust the surface. Then she sat down. Bubba frowned at the lack of space on the bench, frowned at me, then sat on the ground in front of us, crossed his legs, peered up expectantly. "Good doggy," I said. Bubba gave me a look that said I'd pay for that as soon as we were away from polite company. "Miss Nichols," I said, "how did you hear about me?" She tore her gaze away from Bubba and looked into my eyes for a moment in utter confusion. Her blonde hair was cut as short as a small boy's, and reminded me of pictures I've seen of women in Berlin in the 1920s. It was sculpted tight against the skull with gel. And even though it wouldn't be moving on its own unless she stepped into the wake of a jet engine, she'd clipped it over her left ear, just below the part, with a small black barrette that had a June bug painted on it. Her wide blue eyes cleared and she made that short, nervous laugh again. "My boyfriend. And his name is," I said, guessing Tad or Ty or Hunter. "David Wetterow." So much for my psychic abilities.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.